Looking for a job? So are a lot of people. Are you sure your resume is as good as it could be? This video will give you a few tips to help you get your resume noticed. Some of them are very basic, but you'd be surprised how far paying attention to these small details will get you. First, let's talk briefly about the nonprofit resume. For those of you that are new to the sector or are looking to transition in, check out the Job Scoop video devoted to the topic on the CNMSoCal YouTube channel. To summarize, read nonprofit publications to get an idea of what happens in the sector and to get familiar with the terms. Research causes that are of interest to you. Find out what kind of positions make up the organizations and read staff bios to see how they got where they are. Also check out nonprofit job boards like jobscoop.org and read the job descriptions to get familiar with the kind of experience they are looking for, the salary range you can expect, and the terms that are used, which may vary slightly from different sectors. One of the best things you can do is volunteer with a nonprofit organization. If you have a little more experience, join a board and get involved in a committee. Unpaid experience matters to the nonprofit recruiter. Now on to the basics of a resume. We're often told that you should keep your resume to one page. That's not true, especially if you have a lot of relevant experience. Don't make it too many pages, though. Keep it at 3 or below. If it is more than one page, make sure the document is formatted in such a way that it flows well. The objective section isn't as important as your job history. In fact, reviewers often don't even read it. Your energy is better spent explaining and qualifying your skills underneath the specific job that required them. Saying that you have certain skills is never as effective as proving that you have those skills. If your resume is getting rather crowded or lengthy, you may want to take out some of the descriptions. Make sure you keep the information that is most relevant to the job for which you are applying. For instance, if you are applying to work at an animal shelter and you used to work at a circus, you can leave out that you were the champion juggler, but you will want to include that you were responsible for wrangling the tigers. Make sure your resume is easy to read. Make good use of indentations, bullets, bold font, and spacing. A well-designed resume also goes a long way in showing your computer skills, which are very important these days. When you are listing your former job responsibilities, make sure your verbs agree. Don't say, managed a team of 20 volunteers, and then in the next bullet say, creating volunteer training videos. Does this seem trivial? Perhaps, but these few pieces of paper are all the reviewer has to go on. Put your best foot forward. Now let's talk about the whole package. You've written a cover letter and you think your resume looks pretty nice. You're ready to send it out, right? Wrong. You need to proof your documents. This means more than running spell check, although you should definitely run spell check. Do all your bullet points line up from one page to the next? Do all of your documents use the same font? Is your formatting consistent? All of this is a great way to show that you know your way around a computer, that you pay attention to detail, and that you care enough about this job opportunity to send in a quality resume. Once you've checked it, print it out, grab hold of a red pen, and read it again. Slowly. Did you write a book or did you write it? Was the test passed or passed? Once you've read it so many times that you're sick of yourself, have somebody else read it and proof it. And then proof it again. When it's finished, convert it into PDF format. This prevents anything from changing in transit and ensures the document will look exactly as you designed it to look. Now let's talk about sending it out. If you're sending this via email, put the title of the position you're applying for in the subject line unless they specifically ask for something else. Make sure to name your documents clearly. Include your last name and the type of document. Make it easy for the recruiter to know what they are opening. Applying to more than one company or type of job? Make sure you change that information when appropriate. Often, people accidentally send resumes to the wrong company. When you slam through cover letters and resumes because you're just looking for any job, the recruiter can tell. And while you want any job, somebody out there wants the job that is advertised. Take special care with the applications you put out. Also be aware of details like your email address. Now would be a good time to switch from your old college email to something more professional, like your first name and last name at gmail.com. Don't hit send yet. Did you include everything they asked for? Did they ask for a salary history or a writing sample? Make sure you include it. If a company asks for something like this, don't just send a resume and then say, salary history available upon request, because they did request it, and they probably won't ask you for it again, if you know what I mean. Some people might not want to include a salary history. The cover letter is a good place to mention this. You might say, I am open to discussing the salary range and will gladly explore this topic further in an interview. However, I strongly suggest you follow the directions given. Once you have followed all these steps, you can confidently hit send. So there you have it, some solid tips to get you started on a resume that will stand out from the pack. For more tips and nonprofit job opportunities, visit www.jobscoop.org. For more information on the nonprofit sector, Visit us at www.cnmsocal.org. Happy hunting!